Howdy folks, this is Michael Kreider for Android Community, and today we're taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy Player 5. Now, to look at the packaging on this device, you'd think that it was a mobile phone, but in fact it isn't. This is a media player. It is designed to compete with things like the iPod Touch, and all it's got in there is Wi-Fi. But one of the more distinguishing features of this particular device is its 5-inch screen, which in fact is quite a bit bigger than the little picture they've got here on the box. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. As you can see, the packaging is pretty sparse. Nothing really, just a little bit of specifications here on the back and some shipping labels. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and tear this puppy up. And right there we've got the device itself. I'll just lift it out of there. It's quite large, as a matter of fact. Other than that, nothing special. Let's see what else we get in the box. You've got your basic packaging stuff here, legal stuff. You've got a pair of headphones that are included. Look like your basic, freebie headphones. A little bit of aluminum there, nice. But I imagine they're not going to be just super fantastic. Looks like you do have an inline remote. And your basic wall wart charger. And the USB transfer/charge cable. So that's about it for accessories, and it looks like there's nothing else left in the box, which I'm just about to destroy. So now that that's out of the way, I think that's all we need here. Let's see if we can turn this thing on. I hope they send it to me charged. Power button is on the side, like most of the Samsung phones we've seen lately. And while it's booting up, I'll just get all this plastic off. It's got that nice white finish on the back. You don't see that a lot these days. It's going to take some getting. There we go. And yes, that screen is very large. And looks like it's running your basic TouchWiz user interface. If you used any of the Galaxy series phones so far, you're probably very familiar with this. It's scanning the SD card, but I don't know if it has or not. Let's see here. There's the port up here on the top, and I can't... It's not cooperating with me. Alright, we'll leave that for later. But yep. Very familiar interface for anyone who's used a Samsung Galaxy phone before. It's just very big. And as you can see, no wireless up there at the top because, well, it's just Wi-Fi. So let's see if we can turn Wi-Fi on and if it'll detect my local network. While we're doing that, I have a few other things here just to demonstrate the impressive size of this phone. I've got my Daewoo Driver Droid X, which is a 4.3-inch phone, which by Android standards is considered pretty big. Much bigger than most of the phones you're going to find in the market, and as you can see, the Galaxy Player just kind of dwarfs it. So 4.3 over here, and a 5-inch phone, or excuse me, 5-inch Wi-Fi media device right here. And it's quite a dramatic difference. Moving up in some size scales, I've got a standard paperback book, which might be useful if you're thinking about using this as a Kindle or a Nook book reader. So, there you go. A standard DVD case. And moving up to the largest thing I thought might be relevant, I've got my rooted HP touchpad, which, for those of you who haven't seen one, is almost exactly the same size and screen size as the iPad. So, let's see here. Come on. So, a large device certainly, not just gigantic. So, 5-inch screen, 10-inch screen. Alright, the screen itself is not one of those nice Super AMOLED displays that Samsung has been favoring lately. It's a standard LCD TFT, but from what I can see here after initially opening it, it's pretty bright and pretty clear, even though the resolution is only 800 pixels by 480 pixels. And as you can see, it's It's certainly not the slimmest phone we found, but it's not quite as big or as bulky as you might think for a device that's this size. Looking around the exterior, you can see the headphone jack, and it looks like a couple of those. No, I don't know what those are next to the charger port. And over here on this side, you've got your volume and power button, and this side is bare. Up here, you've got your micro SD slot. There's 8 GB of storage on the inside. It's got a 3.2 megapixel camera on the back. You can see looks like we've got 2 different stereo speakers here, and a VGA front-facing camera, which I believe is right there. So, since I can't quite connect to it here without showing all of you guys my password, yeah, sure enough, nothing. Let's see if we can find anything else interesting to play here. Maybe it's got some built-in videos we can try. They'll be in the gallery if they're anywhere. One video. Alright. Speakers sound alright. I imagine the volume isn't quite as high as it could be. So there it goes to full volume. That's surprisingly loud for a device this size. Not especially clear, but certainly loud enough to hear across a couple of rooms, I'd say. And as you can see, that screen is pretty darn nice. Considering the resolution and the size, I'd say it's a very nice little screen. Alright. Well, that's the Samsung Galaxy Player 5. It's got a 5-inch screen and a Wi-Fi connection, and we'll have a review up shortly. This is Michael Kreider for Android Community. Thank you.